After having driven over 100 new cars on my channel, including a plethora of exciting 400 up to 1,000 horsepower performance vehicles, I've confidently come full circle to the cliche phrase of the MX-5's acronym, Miata. It's correct. Miata is always the answer. Welcome, this is Automotive Anonymous, and that's my 2023 Mazda MX-5 Miata Club. I've owned it since March after having ordered it in January of this year, and it's hands down the best vehicle that I've ever driven. And I've driven some of the best modern performance cars on my channel. Now, if you haven't driven a Miata or an MX-5, you're likely thinking, what the heck is this biased hairdresser even talking about? Well, first of all, hairdressing is an admirable profession, sir and or madam, and second, you've evidently not driven a Miata, at least a modern one. The Miata is literally for everyone, hairdressers and race car drivers alike. There's all sorts of boosted and V8 swapped Miatas on the road, as well as lifted and lowered examples. They're commonly the #1 race car in any weekend in America. That happens by Miata owners actually getting out and driving their cars the way they were intended. I'm sure you've all seen more than one enjoying a drive in the winter time. Put some winter tires on this, and it handles really well. But you could also be someone who enjoys the finer things in life, the elegance of their roadster. So put on the leather driving racing gloves and enjoy daintily shifting gears and feeling the sense of self-satisfaction. In today's world of automatic and immediate everything, and a plethora of cars doing sub 5 seconds 0 to 60s, in which most of our local streets don't even allow that, what's the point? And where are they numbly racing to? There's not much more purity in driving than experiencing a lightweight 50-50 weight distributed convertible roadster, and one that has one of the most mechanical gear shifters in any modern car. Just the act of driving brings joy and simplicity. Interestingly enough, the first dealer-reviewed car that I ever drove on my channel for review was a Miata Club. I chose this because I had driven another one privately just a few months earlier, and I fell in love with its driving characteristics. In fact, when I borrowed that first one, I actually briefly took it home just to see how it fit in my garage, because I knew someday soon that there'd be one sitting in the garage. I will say there are obviously a lot of other fun cars out there, and I've driven some of many car enthusiast favorites, like Corvettes, the current muscle cars, the new Supra, STI, Civic Type R, BRZ, fast EVs, and some others. But those experiences that over the period of time I had with them, I've really enjoyed and thought the ones that had the best balance of fun characteristics and performance were more in line with the C6 and the C7 Corvette formula. Actually, I favored the C6 over the 7 due to its rawness and what I think its value is, as well as the new 3-liter BMW Supra. The Camaro ZL1 was also very amusing, not the SS so much, as that is still a great car, especially as a performance car, but the extra 200 horsepower and supercharger whine that you get on the ZL1 really adds a lot to the silly and serious factor of that car. Basically, if you can't see out of the tiny windows anyways, you might as well overwhelm your auditory sensation with supercharger whine and the sound of tires spinning at 60 miles per hour. But unfortunately, many of the cars that almost rival the Miata's fun factor are either double the price, or a used version of one at the same price is questionable in the reliability department. And when a vehicle is ultra focused on itself, just like a self-centered individual, you miss out on doing the things you really want to be doing. When you spend too much time with it, or try to please it and keep it in its elements, as can be seen in all the sacrifices that are often made to maintain or sustain higher end performance cars, which you don't often see on the road, or being enjoyed, at least the way that I think they should be, which is driving them, and where you can't take them where you want to take them, to enjoy them more thoroughly, even to the point of feeling like you can't justify just a simple drive in the dang thing. You should drive something that you feel like you can thoroughly enjoy if it's going to be your fun vehicle, and take it on an adventure without having to consider endless costs and expenses. The Camaro ZL1 and the Supra, as mentioned, those are both very entertaining experiences, but they're gonna burn through tires and gas faster than your wallet can potentially keep up. And the Corvette's convertible experience, whether true convertible or the coupe and MPG, they're just not as good as the modern Miata. I've gone up to 47 miles per gallon before of computer estimated efficiency on a full tank of gas, going down a scenic highway drive, which was extremely enjoyable. And even right now, I'm getting 38 on the last 3/4 of a tank, and most of that was 80-mile-per-hour interstate driving. And then when I've driven some of the really powerful vehicles, like all 3 of the all-wheel drive Hellcats and the 1,000 horsepower Tesla Model S Plaid, I was honestly expecting a more heightened driving experience. You would think because of the power and the price point that those cars are, at about 100 grand or more, but they just weren't. They were quick, no doubt, especially the Plaid. That thing was freaking insane. But also, they felt heavy, they felt less playful, and they certainly weren't worth 3 to 4 times the price tag of a new Miata when it was a less fun experience, in my opinion. We can't finish this video without mentioning the 2nd generation of the Subaru BRZ and Toyota GR86, because those are both quite good and they actually completely match the Miata's price tag. But if you don't need their added practicality, definitely go Miata. Gaining practicality takes away from the purity and the essence of a lighter weight drop-top roadster. I'm fortunate enough that my other daily driver is a Subaru Outback Wilderness, so with such a practical vehicle, I gratefully can own such a less practical little roadster. Anyways guys, I hope this video is helpful or informative, and if you're on the fence about whether you should drive a Miata or not, you have to go drive one. Many people on my previous videos have actually commented that they were finally able to experience one, and it was in fact the most fun driving experience that they've had thus far. If you like this video, which I recognize became an all-out fanboy Miata rant, and you want to see more Miata content, please like the video and let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to make more regarding my 23 Miata Club. And if you want to watch more of my other stuff, I do a couple of car reviews a week typically, you're welcome to subscribe. It's free. Anyways, I hope to see you on the next one. Take care.